Well, our goals and expectations for the 2016 season, first and foremost, is to become a team. That's something we say every single year. The chemistry is different. You lose some guys, you get some freshmen in the lineup as well. So it's really, really important that we become a team. And I think we've done a fantastic job in the fall and certainly up until this point so far in the spring of really developing that chemistry, finding the right guys that work well together and becoming a team. Overall goals are to start the season the right way, have a great out-of-conference play, and get ourselves prepared for conference. We have one of the best schedules in the country, so I think we're going to be tested early and often, and then we're going to roll into our conference. In the second half of our schedule in the Centennial Conference, you got to bring your A game every single time in order to put yourself in the best position possible at the end of the year. Some of our key returners this year on attack, certainly Michael Bossity. He's a senior captain, a big goal scorer for us, excellent finisher, tremendous leader. Last year developed his assist game, his dodging ability. So we're really, really excited about Michael Bossity and what he brings to the table and the leadership he brings to the table at the offensive end of the field, along with Sean Rogers, who's a sophomore, had a breakout year last year, really did a fantastic job quarterbacking our team a little bit at X. Has great vision, can finish the ball right and left-handed. We're looking for him to make a huge step forward again this year as a sophomore on the attack. Mike Rama is another young man that started for us most of the time last year, but has come on like gangbusters and is really having a great preseason so far. On defense, we have Anthony Doherty, a junior who's stick work is phenomenal, great position, great IQ defenseman, helps run our defense, along with Nick Zenobio, who's just done a fantastic job, a strong, athletic left-hander that beats people down and certainly can get after ground balls and is a great communicator as well. Nick Wells is another one that's going to be in the lineup there as well. But the most important, I think, is between the lines. And with Wes Rudy, who returns, our starting long stick midi for the last 3 years, a phenomenal athlete, was a short stick offensive midi when he first came to school here. And so he has a great IQ on the offensive end of the field when he does push transition breaks. But he's all over the place, digs up ground balls, tough as nails, and we're looking for big things from him as well. Senior Mike Sanzone, who did a nice job for us last couple years, and came into this season, preseason, the best shape he's ever came in, is really honed in his skills, and we're looking for him to take his game to another level as well. Every year you have some key losses, and there's no doubt we had some, we lost one defender, Connor Malillo, who saw significant time, had a fantastic career for us, is going to be tough to replace as well. At the midfield, we lost some seniors, and Phil and Chad Gamble, who were do-it-all middies. They played defense, offense, in between the lines, dug up ground balls, wings on face-offs. So they did an awful lot for us. They're going to be tough to replace. Ben Ross is another one that's going to be tough to replace as well. He was steady Eddie at the midfield. So we lost 3 senior middies, and that's where we're trying to find our identity a little bit at the midfield. We have a lot of young men that are playing really, really well right now that we're hoping that they have some breakout years. One of them is a transfer, Harry Rice, who played attack last year at Drew College, and we're certainly looking for big things from him. Brendan Kennevan, who's a slick midi, played a lot for us in the past. We're looking for a big year from him as well. Billy Schwartz is in the mix, could be a D midi, could also play offense. Reed Ziegler saw some time last year. He's also one that's in that mix. Jack Gladstone, who's a senior that shoots the heck out of the ball and has really worked his tail off to put himself in a great position. And along with Riley Aviles, who's another quick, shifty midi, Mike Wasik, all of them are trying to break into the lineup, and we're really excited to see who steps up this year for us. We lost our senior goalie last year, Tim Matesic, who had a pretty darn good senior year. That was his first year starting. He backed up Cam Setian for 3 years. He did a nice job for us last year. We have a tremendous battle going on in the goal. Our sophomore from Ward Melville, Thomas Moore, who was on the fringe of really stepping in last year, made tremendous strides throughout the season, is an outstanding goalie, communicates well, fantastic outlets. We're looking for big things from him. Freshman, we have Scott Hatch, who's also from Long Island as well, who's really showed us a lot of poise, makes some big saves in big moments. and he's also battling for that starting spot. But we're awfully excited about the two young men. We also have Nick Wilson that's in that mix as well. But I think Thomas Moore and Scott Hatch are going to be battling for that starting spot. I think our freshmen are very athletic. They're going to add a lot of depth to our team. It's one of the smartest freshman class IQ-wise that we brought in. I think they've come into this college arena and they've come in game ready. So teaching them on offense, teaching them on defense, they seem to have a great knowledge, and they picked up the college game and the pace of the college game from the get-go. So we're really excited about them, and some of them are breaking into the lineup already, and others are on that fringe. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but we're awfully happy with the depth and the IQ of the freshman class. The chemistry of this team right now, and the commitment, the dedication, what they did in the offseason, the hard work they put in the weight room, they came in great shape. Our run test, it was the most young men that we ever had pass a run test. So we're awfully excited about this year, and they came in with an attitude that they want to get it done. And the seniors and the juniors have really bought into it and helped guide the younger guys. Our schedule, certainly one of the toughest in the country, I believe. Early on a conference schedule, we open up with 3 on the road tough teams. We go to Lynchburg, number 2 team in the country right now. Didn't lose a lot from last year's team. Lost in the national championship last year, and they returned most of their players. So that's going to be a tremendous test for us and our young team, and see how we handle and play against a very, very good team coming into 2016. We follow that up with a neutral game site at New Canaan High School. We follow that up with St. Lawrence, who's coming off another great season that they had last year, and they also return a lot of their players. So they're going to be 2 very, very good matchups early on the road, and then we follow that up with Susquehanna at Susquehanna. So 3 road games to start, 3 very, very good teams, and our guys hopefully are going to be up for the challenge.